Hey guys, I am headed out very soon, but I just wanted to do a quick video. I have some financial stuff to deal with. I had a church yesterday help us out with some rent. I had an organization give like $9.50 for rent, which was great. And that's just for the asking. And it's a one-time deal with this organization, and it was just great to get the help. So I try to stay on my finances daily. And the more you stay on them, the less work you have to do. So, yeah, I was just kind of adding that up in my head yesterday. I'm like, okay, so the recommended advice is to put 6 months worth of income away. And I'm like, my main job has been dealing with my family, like taking care of my family. That's where my time goes, building your home with your time. And I'm like, okay, so COVID hit, people got sick, I got sick, so I got some assistance with that. And then the landlord wanted to sell. He gave me like a week's notice to leave. I could have fought it, but I didn't. And then I was in hotels, and luckily that was paid for. Sorry, I had like corn, so piece of hair I missed. So that was like what? That was, you're talking like $130 a night. Times, they did like a month and a half, plus I did a month. So, add that up and you're talking about like $1,000 a week. So there's like 5,000 there. And I'm adding all this up, and I'm like 30,000 easy for a crises. And it's, that was not my fault, COVID. I mean, not my fault. I had a job that was going to give me like 2 jobs, 70 hours a week to really kick into the money. And then I just, wasn't happening, got sick. And then somebody wants to sell their home. You can't really do anything about that. And then over here, my son just went through a divorce, and getting on our feet, the help here. So you're talking at least, 30,000 or more. And most people don't have that much put away. And this reminds me of the time my husband had cancer. That was in 96. So we were married in 91, had our first son in 93, second son 94, next son 96, and cancer. Boom. So we were ready to have our first home birth with my third son, and that was in November he was born. So September we found out he had cancer. My husband had some kind of lump on him, testicular cancer. He had some choices to make, and he chose to have surgery. So September was one surgery, and then we had our first home birth in November, and then December was the second surgery to make sure it didn't go in the lymph nodes. And that was a serious surgery. That was like 8 hours. That was huge. And then there was no work, so workman's comp. So again, I mean, over 25,000. We had one bill that was like 25,000. You're probably talking 40 with everything, with all the CAT scans for 5 years, maybe more. CAT scans, all the care needed. So, sometimes you cannot really predict, some things, no matter how hard you try to do your finances. And this is why we need to make sure that we do have resources available, especially for women, especially for mothers who, kind of are on their own, single mothers, mothers who have been left, divorced moms with kids. So yesterday when I picked up a check at this church, this guy, there was extra money in it, and he surprised me with that. And he called after, and I said, yeah, I just got out of the office and took care of that. And he said, did you notice the extra money in there? I said, yeah, I did. Thank you so much. I just figured this donor guy wanted to be extra generous. And he's like, don't worry about it. Just, not, that's fine that he did want to give a double donation. So yeah, and I'm very thankful for all the help. And now what I need to do is, as my sons have gotten on their feet. One of my sons didn't have, being left with divorce, he kind of had to deal with all that, and then he's getting on his feet with full-time work instead of part-time because he had lost work, and then my other son got work, and my other son has work, and now my other son just got started. So now it's my turn, and I've got to figure out, either I'm going to use my time to invest in something I want, whether it's real estate. I had an opportunity to go to college. I just have to find my transcript. I cannot find it. I told the guy I'll get back to him, and that would probably be scholarship to take some business courses and nonprofit stuff I want to do. And I have a choice between that. I have a choice between starting my own business. I have so many choices. So I really need to figure out, either I want to just, save money and do it that way, which it's going to take longer and a little harder, but my time will be there, which I love having time to myself. Or I have to start working and put away money and try to figure out these side hustles, try to do everything as a side hustle. So that's what I'm working on today, and I am headed out. There is a lot more financial help in this state where I'm at. We talk about, things you can do, whether it's house hacking or it's actually moving to a state that's cheaper. And I also think if you're in a state that has more resources, you're going to be able to get further ahead. There's so many resources here that if I go and work and make my own money, I still have backup resources here I can use, like the food pantries. I'm taking the help because inflation is so crazy. They're available all the time, every single day for me. So why would I not take that? And this guy, after I saw him at the church, and he called me just to make sure I got the check and everything was all set. I said, thank you so much. And he said, my pleasure, and take care of your kids. So, sometimes I remember I had someone in my family say, I don't care what I have to do. My kids are going to be taken care of. So taking care of your kids is so important. Okay, gotta run.